Never fear, adventure is here. You guys chose to sign up for a mini term. Oh, you brave souls. Actually, it's not that bad, but it does go really quickly, so I wanted to make this video to kind of give you an overview. I should have already emailed you sort of main bullet points, but the way that the mini term works is a little bit different than your regular stuff. It's about, I believe, 13 days, 14 days, something like that. So we do have something to do every day. Your first day, you're going to need to sign your syllabus. Now, the syllabus is under Documents. And I have a link to it in your Documents tab that says Syllabus. And you need to at least print the last page, sign it, and upload it under your Assignments tab where it says Syllabus on there. It is due by midnight the first day of class, okay? Now, with that being said, it has a lot of things that are going to answer questions such as how much are quizzes / daily grades worth? That's going to be 30%. So sometimes we'll have a quiz and sometimes we'll just have the forum. So with the forum, what you want to do is, as soon as you can, go in there and try to open it. Some people don't have one because if you haven't used it in the past, or maybe your other teachers haven't used it, then you may not have an account with it. If that happens, you need to contact Crystal Wilson or Michelle Stevens, and it would be kwilson@fpctx.edu or mstevens1@fpctx.edu, and they're going to get you hooked up with your account. You must go into that every single day because most of our daily grades come from there. You'll have several different questions that pertain to that chapter, and they're labeled by chapter. Sometimes we'll do two chapters at a time, and there's one portion where we do 3 chapters because it's all 3 branches. So be sure that you're looking at that and you're answering those questions. What you want to do is, because some people's name is not the same in the gradebook as it is on the forum, make sure that every time you write something in there, you put your name on the bottom. That way I can give proper credit where it's due. Also, make sure that every single one of your responses are at least 100 words. You're going to want to do that in a Word document or Pages or whatever, because the way that it does it on the portal is not correct. So your first response needs to be a response to the question. So pick a question, tell me which number it is, and then answer it in 100 words. Please do not just repaste the question and think that that's going to count towards your 100 words. It does not. Then after that, you're going to want to go and respond to multiple people in your class as to their responses. Maybe add something on, correct them if you think they're incorrect, add something to it. But you're going to need about 6 responses each day for a mini term. So it's a lot of work, but worth it. So that's going to be 30% of your grade. Now, going to exams, we do take 2 exams, one midterm, which will be online, and then one final exam, which either needs to be proctored or you need to come to Borger and take it with me. With that one, if you take it in Borger, you do need a Scantron. If it's proctored, you have to tell me, like, right now. Who's going to proctor it? It needs to be a public servant who has at least a bachelor's degree, so like a librarian, a judge, a police officer, a doctor, something. So be sure you're doing that and give me their contact information so I can get your stuff to them. So those 2 things together are going to be another 30%. Your midterm review is already online. As soon as we take the midterm, I'll put the final exam. The final exam, you can use a little note card. It's 3 by 5 inches. It cannot be electronic, and it cannot be origami, and it has to be 3 by 5 inches. I have to say that because I have had some clever students who, because I did not specify, went ahead and did a little something above and beyond. So now I just have to put it out there. So it can be front and back, not a problem. Again, that's going to be another 30% of your grade. The other 40% is going to come from your written work. Now, if you're in class, we do have a class project, but on a mini term and online, I typically don't do that. So it's going to be just your 4 SLOs. These SLOs are crucial. If you do not turn them in on time, that's a 0. at least turn something in. I usually give you like a day or so to correct it if you got a 50, because maybe you didn't do something like use citations, whatever. So please turn things in on time. If you don't, you will fail this class. And I do not give second chances if you don't turn things in. I've had several students who have had cancer or had babies during class, and they still got their stuff in on time. So it's not fair for you to get a second chance whenever they actually worked and got their stuff in. So late work, absolutely not. Just be sure you get everything in on time. With those 4 SLOs, in the documents section, I have all of the questions and the requirements. Please feel free to research. These are research papers, so you must actually look things up. Don't say on there, well, I don't know what this is about. No, I know you don't. That's why I created the assignment. So make sure you're researching them. Also, these are academic papers, okay? They're scholarly, which means you need citations in your text. So while you're writing your paper, you should have, when you take anybody else's idea or a direct quote, anything like that, you have to have parentheses and then the author's last name, the date it was published, or the year actually, you don't have to have the whole date, just the year, that it was published in parentheses after that idea. Even if you paraphrased it, always cite. When in doubt, cite it. Otherwise, plagiarism, and it's an automatic 0. Don't do that. You don't want that. Then at the end, you need your reference page. And that's where you're going to have the whole drawn out thing. Like it's going to have your author's last name, and then the first initial, and then the date of publication, and then the article title, and then the publisher, and then the URL where it says retrieved from. I have all of that spelled out in the SLO requirements. So if you open up that document, I literally have pictures of things and a way for you to do it exactly correct. So be sure you're looking at that. You also need a cover page. Unlike MLA, we don't do the headers. This is a cover page. So you need a running head, and then you need, like, halfway down the page, you know, your name and all that jazz. I have a photo of one in there. Go check it out. Make sure you look at it. So that's going to be 40% of your grade. That means that every single one of those SLOs are 10%. So if you don't turn one in, even if you get a 100 on everything, the highest you can make is a 90. If you don't make an A on that, you're starting out with a B. So be sure you're turning everything in, please, please, please. I can't stress that enough. In your syllabus, we also have a grievance policy. If you feel that I have not graded you fairly, then please feel free to contact me. What you have to do is contact me first. We'll talk about it. If I don't give you the answer that satisfies you as to why your grade is what it is, again, it's not on an individual assignment, but on your grade overall. If my suggestion or ideas don't resonate with you, it doesn't satisfy you, then you can call or email Dr. Carol. She is our Vice President of Academic Affairs, and she'll put a panel together, and then you'll have your evidence, and I'll have mine, and we'll be able to work it out. So that's absolutely well within your right, but you do have to talk to me first, and that's actually never happened, because I try to be really, really fair. If you ever have questions, and you're like, I just really don't know what's going on with this, please shoot me an email. Be sure you hit me up and I will definitely help you, okay? This class is not meant to trip you up. It is not meant to trick you. It is meant to teach you something about Texas government. And it actually can be quite fun. So in the syllabus, my email is there, my phone number. I mean, my office is in there too, but I'm not in the office. I will let you know about the final exam of where we're going to go for that and when and the time and all of that more towards the day. I promise nothing will blindside you. I will always let you know what's really going on. So first things first, you need to go into that forum, make sure that you can access it. I have the first 9 chapters on there right now that you can start responding to. Chapter 1 and the introduction and the syllabus are due on that first day by midnight. So I start grading usually the next morning as soon as I wake up, and I wake up early, y'all. So be sure that you're posting all of those things. If you do not have as many posts as what you should, your grade goes down from there. If you post more, or let's say each post and each reply does have to be 100 words, let's say you post 200 words, well, that just means your grade's going to go up. Please don't repeat yourself or just be wordy. But if you do have original thought, then your grade's going to go up. Also, make sure you're not plagiarizing on those. Anyway, but hopefully we will have loads of fun and learn some stuff, and then you'll be a better person afterwards. So again, it's a lot of work, but I am giving you a reprieve on New Year's Day. So you're welcome in advance. Get everything turned in on time. Start out in the forum. Make sure that you can open it, and I will see you next time.